Okay, let's talk about this mini teach assignment and how you're going to be graded on it. So basically, you've created two awesome lessons now, turned them into chalk and wire, gotten some feedback, and so you're going to pick from these lessons just a 5 to 10 minute section that you're going to teach. And this 5 to 10 minute section is probably going to be kind of a lecture based section. It's not about student interaction so much as just kind of your presentation skills. And so the presentation rubric that we're going to use is based on that. So if you open up the rubric and take a look at it, this has got basically a big list of attributes of good presentations. Okay? And when it comes to grading in chalk and wire in these rubrics, be shooting for a 3. 3 is really like where most everybody in the world is. Occasionally you have certain attributes that would put you in the 4 column, okay? But we're working to make sure that you're not in the 1. 2 is that you're learning and growing, and that's okay if we're in the 2 as well. But 3 is really like on target, things are working out, and that's an important place to try and be. Okay, so 3 is the goal, but we always have the room to get into 4, and maybe that's a specialty of yours, certain things. So just looking at some of these things, accurate, interesting, supported by professional sources. Okay, I'll tell you the one that I would most likely fail on myself is not everything I do has professional sourcing to everything I'm going to talk about. Okay, so looking at things like that within each of these sections. Okay, so there's the content, then there's the visuals. You need to have some visual aspect, and this is you teaching. Okay, so feel free to prep up and have something that you're going to pull in, and it's just what I can see with the camera view. Okay, so it's like I'm sitting in your class as a student. Okay, and what are we going to do? What are we going to interact with? What are we going to do? What am I going to see? Okay, so think about that. Digital technology, the nice thing about this being videoed is you can make sure everything works and then slice and dice. Actually, no, you don't slice and dice. This is a one-shot view, so you can take it multiple times, but it all needs to be in one view. Okay, and so you do a one-shot of that 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. And especially that you're comfortable with it. Watch what you do. Would you be interested sitting and watching yourself? I mean, you're going to subject 20 kids every single day to watching you. Might as well make sure that you're kind of an interesting person to watch. Okay? Delivery, think about the speed especially. I think that comes in a little later with the timing. But that's an important part of this, is that we're delivering in an interesting way, but not going too fast to leave people behind. Okay, so realizing that you're on a camera. Okay, so like looking at the audience, I'm looking at a dot on my laptop when I look at you, and I realize that. But at the same time, sometimes you've got to look away. I'm really looking at the actual rubric over here, or my lesson plan, or whatever it might be. Okay, so that's why it's important to understand that and being able to use technology in an effective way. Okay, so your excitement, enthusiasm, facial expressions, that is not boring. Please, just because I got to watch all these, let's not make these boring. Okay, professionalism, how you dress and appear. That's an important thing. It's not saying, oh, you got to be in a tie or in a really formal dress. Nope. See, I'm in a polo. That works. That's formal. Probably wouldn't be wearing a hat for my professional teaching time. Okay? So it's that variation. It's those kinds of things. Got my hair done. I look like I actually got ready in the morning. Those kinds of things. Okay? Then how often you're trying to engage the class. Now, this is kind of a weird one with a video mini-teach. Because I'm not expecting that you're asking questions and getting a response. So you think about kind of like Dora the Explorer and different shows where they ask questions to kids and expect certain answers. That's okay to do here, okay? So the questions that you're asking, but like I say, this is a fairly straightforward lecture time set up for you because of our format. If it was more of an interactive and I could see you teaching in a classroom, sure, but we don't, okay? And I want to put everybody on the same scale, so essentially you're all asked to do a presentation. It's a video mini teach, okay? Your actual lesson hopefully has been all checked and revised. Use something that you know and you're comfortable with, like the ones you already got some feedback on. Nice idea. Okay. And then timing. Okay, so just take a look at the rubric and all the different parts, and then you can script this out and essentially kind of read or prompt yourself throughout it, and that's totally fine, because that's the same thing that I do in a lot of my own video presentations, is that over on the side I've got some notes and details that I'm going to run through. But I need to see you, see what you're doing, and all the interesting aspects of your teaching. So that way I can help give some feedback. That's what it is. We're here to learn and grow. So if we don't put ourselves out there, it's going to be hard to improve and grow ourselves.